Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn with Animesh, and you are watching Learn Playwright with TypeScript series. In the last lecture, we learned about weights in test automation, why do we need weights and different type of weights in Playwright, and how do we resolve synchronization issue using weights. In this lecture, we'll learn about one of the important aspect of test automation, which is debugging. So why debugging is an essential skill in test automation, how to debug Playwright test scripts. We'll learn about Playwright trace viewer. Let's get started. So the question may be, why debugging is an essential skill for test automation engineers. So let's say you are writing a script, your script is failing in between or in CI. So you need to know like why your script is failing, and you need to put a fix on those. So let me go into my VS Code. So this is a new branch, and in the last lecture, if you have already followed, this is one of the code which will be failing due to synchronization issue, and in this lecture we'll learn how can we debug this using Playwright. Let me execute this script and understand the problem statement first, and then go look into the solution. Let me execute the script. So this script will fail because the success message is coming asynchronously, and this will not wait, so it is expected to fail on line 12. So the script have already failed. So if we look into the failure logs, we need to understand why the script have failed. So error expected locator to have expected failed. So this is locator. So from this message, I know that this locator is not getting displayed, which I am supposed to display on line 12. So it waited for 5000 millisecond, and error is error not found. So Playwright provides different type of debugging tools which we can use to debug and investigate failures. So let's see what kind of debugging Playwright provide. So the first debugging is an command line debugging argument, which is npx playwright test hyphen debug. This is used to debug your failed script. Let me execute this for you. So I am in my VS Code terminal, and let me go into the terminal and type the command npx playwright test will run the test. This is the command for test, and if we do hyphen debug, so what it will do, it will debug the script, it will open an editor, and by default the first file will be selected. So let me execute this. So it is opening Playwright inspector when we do a hyphen debug, and you can able to see there are total 2 tests in this file, and this is called a Playwright inspector tool, which is one of the helpful tools for debugging a test line by line. So let's look into this Playwright inspector tool first. So this is a record button. This record button will record whatever activity you will be doing. For now we will not be using it. This is a locator button, which I'll show you later how can we pick a locator here. But the main essential aspect is this execute, resume button, there is a pause button, and this is the step over button. So the executor is on line 5, as you can see. So it has just opened a browser but has not clicked on any of the base URLs. So let me click on this step over. So it execute this line 5, and it is currently in line 6, so it will execute this line. So we can execute line by line and see why this step is failing on line 12. So executed this, it's passed successfully, and then it's selected, and then we are clicking on the submit form, and once we click that, we are expecting that success message to be displayed. But here is what we are failing. So you can see, so you can check this logs here. If you can see the go into the log, then you can see that this is the expected locator here. So expected to have this, but it get timeout waiting for this particular locator there. So expected is failed. So in this way you will know that this test has failed. So this is an essential way you can debug that, and then you execute it and it actually opens up a report for you. So you can see this is an inbuilt Playwright reporter, so it executed in Chromium, and if you click here you will see all the error messages displayed and the step which gets failed. So after hook is fine, but this step is essentially failed, where it is not able to find this locator with this text. So by default it takes this one, pw debug failed test, but let's say you want this to be added, like pw wait test. So how can I do that? So you can easily do that. Npx playwright test. So I'm using my terminal, Mac terminal. You can use the VS Code terminal, it's totally fine. pw, what's the test name? pw wait test, pw wait test dot spec dot ts and hyphen debug. Let's execute it. So you can see now two tests using one worker, and it has picked up this pw wait test, and it has opened up a browser. You can see this is a headed mode, so debugging is a headed mode. So you can see now pw wait test.spec.ts has been selected, and you can execute it line by line. And also this pick locator, I can show you this. If you click on the pick locator, you will see here you can able to hover over any of the locators and it will display what kind of locator it is. So it's a good way you can identify elements if you are unable to find locators. So if you hover over, or even if you click on that particular, you will see in the bottom locator is displayed here. So it's currently, it will change if you click on any of other locators. So you have to click on hover over and then click on here, and if you click on the record, then you will see this. If you click on home, and if you click on contact us, if you click on login, so it is actually recording or as a test all of your steps. So this is why the record button is present. And if you click on stop recording, you can click this code snippet and paste it in your code editor. We can add a page.pause. So page.pause, generally what it will do is it will actually pause your execution and pause it will, you can step by step open the Playwright inspector. It will automatically open the Playwright inspector, and step by step you can able to execute all of the lines and see what is happening. So if you can see, I have put await page.pause on line 9. So if I execute this test, Playwright inspector tool, and this Playwright inspector tool, you can debug it. And but just you have to remember that page.pause will only work if you are using headed mode, not the headless. So you need to always check your headless is always making false. So in line playwright.config.ts, if you see line 36, headless is false, so that means it will work in the headed mode. So if you are using page.pause, you have to use CLI arguments to execute the test. I have executed npx playwright test, which will execute all the tests through CLI. So there are total 4 tests. It is using 2 workers, and whenever it will try to execute this test, it will open up the Playwright inspector tool, because I have a page.pause. As you can see, this is the same Playwright inspector tool. It has opened up. So this will actually line by line will execute this. So the other test will run as it is without any intervention, but this test will only work in debug mode. So line by line we can execute it. Let's say click on the submit button, then you executed this line 12, but because of the timeout the locator is not displayed, so the error message is displayed here. You click on this log tab and you can see the error message is displayed that the locator is not present. So in this way this page.pause works. If you use Cypress runner, so you might be use Cypress as a visual runner. So Playwright have made a similar kind of runner where you can use UI mode to debug or run tests. So let me execute the command to run Playwright in the UI mode. So it's npx playwright test, only you have to pass the argument --ui. So once you executed this, it will open up a Playwright test UI on a browser. This is a WebKit browser, and this is one of the comprehensive way you can check here. If you check the left hand side, you will see all the spec files, and under that each test will be a line item. So there is a way you can run this test, there is a way you can watch this test. So if you are changing anything, it will run your test automatically. And the best part of it is, let's say I execute this test, so it will get executed in the browser real time. It will execute a browser, but also it will actually show you a timeline view. This is similar, which I'll show you later, the trace viewer. So you can see first time it has navigated to the URL, so you will be able to see the perform action and before state. Before there is a blank web page, and after this command have executed, it has open up the URL. So similarly here, to have title before and after, and if you see here in this there is a before the click has not happened. After that you can see it clicked on the submit form, and once it click on the submit form, the message is displayed. So the before and after state have been displayed here. This is quite a comprehensive. So you can see the number of seconds it takes in the top, where after the page loaded after 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, then all the page state you can see. This is one of the powerful and recommended way you can debug using Playwright. So any scenario you can run, and it will open up a browser and it will see a timeline view of all the before and after state and your actions. So this is a cool way to debug your test script. So you can see here, this test have passed, this has a check mark, this test have failed, you can cross mark. And the best thing is you can check in the console. If you check the bottom, you will see source, all the source, which line it has executed before failing, all the calls, all the network, all the logs, all the Playwright logs, the error. You can see if there are any error because the expected locator does not match the console. It has a really powerful, all the network call it has made, the get call, the rest calls it has made. You can check the responses if there are any issues with that. And locator is also another powerful thing. So you can just pick a locator here, click on that, and the locator will be displayed here. And any locator, if you have any confusion, you can just open up the UI mode and you can click on this locator button, and you can click on any of the elements to get the locator. So most of the locators will give an optimized view. If you are clicking on this watch, and if you are real time making any kind of changes in your code, so this UI mode will automatically started executing this. So let me delete this and save it. This UI mode should automatically trigger the test and it will re-execute the test again. You can see this, the tests are executing automatically. I have not throw any command, but as I have already click on the watch, so That's why it executed that. You need to use Playwright Trace Viewer, which is used in the CI/CD pipelines to investigate, because you can attach trace to your failed test, and then you can watch the trace, download the trace, and watch what happened actually real time, because most of the time in CI the test will run in the headless mode. So in this scenario, the trace is one of the important aspect to debug your test when the test failed. So npx playwright test --trace on is a command which you can use to implement the trace. So let me show you what I am showing you. So npx playwright test -trace on, if you execute it, this is running all 4 tests. So I'm assuming, let's say these 4 tests are running on your CI, and at the end of the test, and they are in headless mode. So you see there will be 3 tests will pass, but 1 test will fail. So it will generate a trace for all the passed and the failed test cases, which will help you to debug the script. So this report will be generated in CI, and you can see you need to check all the reports here if the test have failed. So you can see out of 4 tests, 1 test have failed, and other 3 are passed. So if you click on this, you can see, if you go to the bottom, there is a trace. So if you click on this trace, it will open up in your local. So this is what you will show a trace. This is similar to what Playwright UI mode is, but you can save it, not like Playwright UI mode. So you can see the similar thing, action before, after, and what happened there, and you can check the error. So this will be generated for you as a zip file or as a default HTML report, which I'll show you later on, that this trace will be attached. And this trace you can also control using Playwright config. So in config, you can go and make a change of that. So the trace can be on, off, on fast retry, on all retries, retry on failure, retain on first failure. You can go in playwright config.ts file. You can check this line 33 trace on first retry. So this value, you can, the recommended way is on first retry, because when you are running the test in your CI, you will first retry the test if the test failed, and then if the test again failed on the first retry, then you will want to attach the trace, because trace can have 1-2 MB of file. So time for a knowledge check. If you are following my video, you will able to answer the questions and comment the answer. I will reply if you are correct or not. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, click on the subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn, and check out my website www.learnwithanimesh.com, and all the links related to the documentation in the official Playwright documentation, as well as the code, is in the GitHub. And check the description of this YouTube video. You will get all the helpful links there.